rather it is pure. We're told the word pure means it's uncorrupted, it's authentic, it's truthful. A person who is pure will not compromise their integrity. Their words will line up with their actions. A person of integrity doesn't cheat. They're not going to try to manipulate people to get their own way. A person of integrity does not have to worry about being found out because they have nothing to hide. There's a lot of people getting things found out today in the news. I don't know. If your life is grounded in heavenly wisdom, you will be truthful, you'll be honest, you'll be transparent. You see, a wise person is pure because God is pure and they have surrendered their life to God. Secondly, James tells us that a life built upon heavenly wisdom, it will be peace-loving. They'll be very gentle with people, willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, willing to give them a second chance. In other words, they'll be willing to forgive and be compassionate and gracious. They're considerate to the point of placing the needs, as Paul would say, of others above their own. The absolute opposite of envy and selfish ambition. A person can only be peace-loving, again, because God is peace-loving. And they are living their lives by the Spirit of God within them. Heavenly wisdom says a person will be submissive and willing to yield. In Greek, this word literally means ready to obey. Just as Jesus said, "Not my will, but yours, God, be done," before he went to die on the cross. They're not closed-minded, but rather open to other people's ideas, willing to learn and take advice. They're merciful, impartial. They're full of good fruits. In other words, they're genuinely nice to people. This is not exactly earth-shaking stuff. It's sort of the advice. Wouldn't you give this advice, Melanie, to your kids before they went off to school? Be nice to people. Be kind. Be gracious. Forgive people. And the best thing about it is that a person who lives their life this way, they can't take credit for it because it is simply God living in them. God, when we ask and when we humbly bow before him, does the work. In the end, James is really not so much about works, but about wisdom and the fact that true wisdom is the integration of what we believe with how we think, what we desire, and how we actually live our lives. It's not faith or works, but rather faith and works together, grounded upon the values of our upside-down heavenly kingdom. It's about Christ living in me and being excited about that each day. It's having a lifestyle of worship because you love God so much. It's treating people the same way you want them to treat you, with love and respect. It's being a good steward of your life and of your time, your finances, because you understand that your life is not your own. It is praying for his will to be done, not yours. Finding your primary identity in Jesus Christ. And measuring your success by how close you are to him, rather than in stuff. Which one? Earthly wisdom or heavenly wisdom best explains the way you spend your time, the way you live your life. Every day the world gives us messages about who we are and how we are supposed to live. Every day a life surrendered to Christ does not just happen. It does not magically, it's not imparted to you at baptism. It's not God's confirmation gift to you. But rather it requires a daily decision. Die to self and to live for him, to stop doing things for him and choosing rather to be with God, to live for him, not yourself, to seek him with all your heart, to place him first in your life, to worship him with all you are, all you say and do, to glorify him with every breath, your entire life surrendered. Just the thought of these things should fill you with unquenchable joy. A sense of peace and satisfaction that nothing in this world can ever take away. And that is what heavenly wisdom looks like. Amen. This next song is such a wonderful prayer. I'm going to invite you to stand to sing it. Oh, to be like you. It's a prayer for God to surrender yourself and for God to take over. so that you may live your life as he lived